Okay, so we practiced today dividing fractions, and our target is that I can fluently divide fractions, and that means that we can do it quickly, easily, and correctly. So the first thing we need to talk about is to divide fractions, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. Okay, we talked about in class how the reciprocal is just the flip of that fraction. So our rules for dividing fractions are to keep the first fraction, change the multiplication to division, and then flip that second fraction. So that's what we're going to use for all of our problems. So this says example 4, but it's actually example question 1 on your homework. And if we look at question 1, we have 3/4 divided by 5/8. So we're going to apply keep, change, flip to this. So the first thing that we do is we keep the first fraction. So on your paper, we're just going to rewrite 3/4. Okay. Then we're going to change our division to multiplication. And then last but not least, we're going to flip our 5/8, and it's going to become 8/5. Then we have a whole new problem down here. We have 3/4 times 8/5. So to multiply fractions, all we have to do is we multiply straight across. So we're going to do 3 times 8, which is 24, 4 times 5, which is 20. Now, that part most people get perfectly. So the next piece that we have to look at is to look at our answer. Does it need to be put into a mixed number? Does it need to be simplified? Does it need to do both? Do we need to put it into a mixed number and then simplify the fractional piece? So simplify, simplify, simplify. Okay. If you do all the math beautifully, but you forget to simplify, your answer is incorrect. So if we look at 24/20ths, we can see that our numerator is bigger than our denominator, so that means we have an improper fraction. So what we need to do is we need to see how many whole times does 20 go into 24, and that's one whole time. Now, our fractional piece is whatever is left over. So since 20 goes into 24 one time, we have 4/20ths left over. Now, we have to look at our fractional piece and see if we can simplify that. By looking, I know the greatest common factor between 4 and 20 is 4. I can divide both of those by 4. So when I do that, I got to keep my 1. My 1 does not change. But 4 divided by 4 would give us 1, and 20 divided by 4 would give us 5. So our final simplified answer is 1 1/5. So put a box around that. That means that we're completely done. That's it. Okay. Now you'll do that for the first 5 questions on your homework. You'll just do straight out keep, change, flip. For questions 6 and 7 on the homework, you have mixed numbers. So what you're going to need to do is you're going to need to turn those into improper fractions and then apply the keep, change, flip, just like we did in class. So if you struggle, take a look at your notes paper. We have examples of how to do all of those.